we have just about wrapped up Unit 1. So we're going to have a test on Wednesday.
Yeah, real bright.
And let's see, what day is that? That is going to be the 3rd, right? 3rd of September. Okay. So everything we've covered, we'll finish it up today. All right. But if you want to review, and maybe you want to make sure you haven't missed anything in your notes, you can go to the class website. And on the class website, you should have this in the front cover of your lab notebook, so you can always find it. Okay, www.tedderchemistry.com. What do you want to? There's a tab at the top where you click for all chemistry classes, and then you find your chemistry class. Okay, a tab at the top for all chemistry classes within your chemistry class, which is Chemistry CP. And when you get to that page, you'll scroll down and find the section on that page for Unit 1. And if you look on there, there's something that says Unit 1, and that is the text for Unit 1. Okay? It's 60-something pages long, I think. All right? Everything we've covered in every kind of detail you can imagine. No, probably there's more detail than you can imagine, probably. Okay? But basically, it covers all the little minutiae as well as all the big stuff. Okay? Got it? It's a great way to review. Now, if you've been checking your email, that's the document I told you about on your email. Okay? Yep.
Are you going to send us a little reminder thing on that text message thing?
I will try to do that. I'm trying to get in the habit of using it. Okay? So if you've been checking your email, you know that you have a way to get text messages now to remind you of stuff. Okay? If you already signed up, you got a message about wearing your college colors today. How about wearing red, white, and blue tonight? Or you will later. About 5 or 6 o'clock tonight, you'll get a text saying, wear your red, white, and blue stuff to the football game. Okay? Just a little way to help you. All right? I shouldn't have to help you, but just to make sure. I mean, I have people who forget to wear their shoes for labs and the long pants and things like that. So I'm trying to find a way to maybe help you out. It takes my time, you know that, right? Somebody say, thank you, Mr. Tedder. Thank you, Mr. Tedder. Yeah. Like in church. Let me hear an amen, you know? Yeah. Okay. And if anybody's doesn't go to a church like that, please forgive me. That's my culture, okay? And I think most people kind of relate to that, don't you? Most of you know what I'm talking about. Okay. And some churches do it more than others. Some of them are just kind of out there. You know? All right. So that's how you get to. If you missed a day in here and you want to go back and figure out maybe all the stuff in it, go look at that. Everything in there is going to be on this test. Okay. Now there's some things that I may have explained a little bit differently on the in the text than I do in class, but the stuff is there. Okay. All right. Now I'm also trying to send you notes home, and I'm recording classes. So today I'm recording class because I want to talk about what you need to know for this class. All right, now, everybody on their email, and I hope everybody set up their email. You need to. You also have an email now telling you that you have a Google folder set up for you. I set you up a Google folder. And if you go check your Google folder, you will now find your first Google Doc if you haven't used it before. And your first Google Doc is shows you what gives you the handout that I told you about. Okay, I put a partial table on there and a partial graph on there, and you have to finish that for homework. Okay, got that? Tuesday. Okay, got it? Now, unfortunately, on the recording here, I can't show that, but I can show it to people who are sitting here in front of us. Let's see. I'm going to go to the web page for Google Docs here, and I'm going to pick out somebody. Anybody that doesn't want me to show their stuff? What, Google Docs? If you go to your email, there's an email you have that has a link, and the link is for your Google folder. I think I sent it like earlier this week. Okay? Or maybe I only sent it last night. For some people, some people it was earlier in the week. Some of it was last night. I finished it up last night. So you won't see all this. This is just how I get to it because I'm the one that created all this stuff. All right, so everybody's got a student folder. You won't see everybody else's folder. You can only see your folder. Okay? And you have to log in with your District 6 Gmail to get there. That's the way I've set it up. So you have to log in to Google with your District 6 Gmail address and your District 6 password to get into this. Okay? So let's see, Megan, can I look at yours? She says, okay. Let's see, where are we? Philip. All right. So that's what you're going to find in your folder when you go there. Okay, you open it up. Okay, and this is the partial table. You have to finish it based on what we talked about yesterday. Okay, you want to look at the video we did yesterday? Click that link. You also have an email that I've sent you that has both that link and a PowerPoint attached to it, which covers the same material. Okay, you have all the tools you need. Okay, everything you need. And if you need more, come and see me. I'll print it for you if you don't have access to the internet. It's just faster. Okay, you don't have to keep up with much paper. All right, we save some trees. Okay. No, you're doing it online. Yeah, you can type right into it. In fact, if you're having trouble and you need me to get online with you, I can be at home and you can be at home and we can type on the same document. Or we can open up, let's see here. Oh, I can't see it till somebody, if we're both logged on here, I can click your name and the chat window opens up on the right-hand side. And I can chat with you to help you out. Okay? With something. That makes sense? All right. But there's first period. It's all the three classes here. So, if you're only going to do first period, you won't be doing second and third. You got it? You type right on there, and it saves it automatically. You don't have to click save. All right? Now, is that easier than doing it on paper? And remember to turn it in? I think so. And besides, it's training you to use computers more effectively, training you in the use of cloud computing, and you know what? That's where everything's going to be by the time you're in college. If it isn't, it is already. By the way, anybody got an iPad? If you got an iPad, you don't store documents on your iPad. It's stored on the cloud. This is stored on the cloud. So I'm helping you to understand and use cloud because you're going to be using the cloud, whether you realize you're using it or not. My oldest son's whole career is in cloud computing. And that's what he does. Okay? All right, so there you go. You got all that? Everybody understand? All right. Now let's go back to what we're doing today. All right, so yesterday we covered the stuff that's required as Elisha. Yeah. Thank you. This is kind of important. All right, thank you. Yesterday we covered the stuff that's supposed to be in a table. And I said we'd spend some more time with graphs today. Okay? So you saw an example of a graph, and I need to print that out. Anybody need a printed copy of that? We'll get to that. No? Everybody's going to do it online? Oh, huh? Okay, you let me know, because I'll be glad to print a paper copy of it. All right? All right? I can't make you have to use the internet. Some people don't have access to the internet. Things happen. But if you have it, your life's going to be easier. Okay? It takes me a long time to set all this up, but I'm trying to help you guys. Okay? I really am. I want you to be prepared for when you go to college. You know that I've got an article up here if you want to. I might even pass it out. 70% of students that go to college are not really prepared to do college level science. 70%. Okay. Well, some of this stuff you need these skills to be successful in a lot of things, not just college science. Okay. There are a lot of things that involve a lot of technology in college. We don't even get close to it, so I'm trying to help you use it. The more you use it, the more you get better at it. All right. Okay, and that's what we're trying to do here. All right, so if I have a graph, I'm just going to make a graph here, and we're talking about formal graphs now, okay? Let me use my thicker pen here. Where's my thicker pen? There we go. Formal graphs. So yesterday we were talking about formal tables. I'm calling these formal graphs, okay? formal graphs. All right, now every graph, without exception, must have a title. Okay? Goes to the top, typically centered. All right? If you have a graph that has a title already and it doesn't fit the right format, change it. Okay? Don't turn in a graph that somehow or other you got the wrong kind of title on there and say, well, that was already on there. That's not enough. You got it? It's your responsibility to change the title to fit the correct format. Okay? So in science, it's important that graph titles tell you what is, kind of give you a thumbnail idea of what's in the graph. And so I have a pattern that I ask you to use that will be, I mean, if you use this pattern through college, you're probably going to be fine. All right? But if you'll remember it, it's going to help you write good titles. And I expect you to use it in this class. And that format, in fact, let me flip to another page here to give you a format for the title. And I say format here. Okay? So I want you to write it like this. The effect of. Okay? And then you're going to fill in a short description of a few words. Maybe it might take more than a few words. Okay? The effect of, this is the independent variable. You're going to describe the independent variable. Independent. All right, you're going to describe the independent variable here. Okay? On, and then you're going to slide in a description of the dependent variable. Now, sometimes you might need a little more information than that just to make the title make sense. Okay? You can't just plug in independent variable, dependent variable, and expect it to make sense. You've got to read it and say, does that make sense? And use that stuff between your ears and figure it out, okay? But generally speaking, you use that pattern, your titles are going to be good. Got that? All right. So that's the format of a title and where it's supposed to be. Then, and I'm just going to kind of sketch out a graph here. All right, there's a graph. Okay? The only type of graph that you're allowed to use in this class is a dot graph, sometimes called a scatter graph. Okay? So like dot graph or scatter graph? Which word do you like? Which one do you like to call it? Dot graph, okay. Now, if you use Microsoft Excel, it's going to call it a scatter graph. There is a graphing tool on Google, but it's a little bit limited. I don't use it because I can't put both the dots and the best fit line on it at the same time. So I wish they would. When they upgrade it, and you can do that, then you can make the graphs directly on Google. Right now, you have to make your graphs on Excel and then copy and paste. Okay, that's simple. You make it on Excel, you copy and paste. It's not hard. All right, that's what I did with your in your Google folder right now. That's what I did. I copied and pasted an Excel graph for everybody, every class, and plugged it right in there. All right, not hard to do. Must be a dot graph. Okay. Now this line right here, I know some of you've seen before. I know you've seen it in math. Okay, what do you call it in math? Line of best fit. Okay. If you're using Microsoft Excel, it's called a what is it? Linear. Yeah, it's a linear progression, but I can't think of what the term is in Excel.